What's up? So CJRB. I've got a couple of these, and but I don't own one of these, so I had to get one. But it just took the right one to get me to get on the bus. And so what this is, it's a pyrite with frag pattern handle. So I don't own a pyrite. I own a couple of the, what's the other one? I've got videos on the channel for them. The Echo. I've got a couple of the Echoes, two of them, one in micarta and one standard in the stainless steel. But I do not own a pyrite. So I've been looking, and there's so many options coming out on these that I thought, I'm going to get this one. And so, yeah, that aluminum's nice and grippy. I like it. That frag pattern. It's kind of weird having an aluminum frag pattern, but yeah, kind of cool. All right, let's see what's up. Okay. I mean, the action's just stellar. It's wonderful. But I already knew that from the Echo, that's one of the things that's super appealing with these new CJRBs. They've done such a good job with this pyrite and the Echo that, I mean, albeit it's a tiny little, not tiny, but it's a smallerish knife. I say that, but I've got a full 4-finger grip behind the finger guard that's built into the handle. I mean, so medium sized knife, but I like this frag pattern. It's very aggressive. Yeah, very cool. Well, let's get in it. Let's see what's going on inside there. We'll clean it up. We'll do a checkout on it, and then I'll finish commenting about that. So that feels like it's got Loctite on it, which wouldn't hurt my feelings, and it does. Looks like we've got a couple of T6s the rest of the way. Yeah, that's Loctited as well. I already know it. Yeah, it is. So, of course, this one should be also, and it is. They're in there good. Yep, there's enough Loctite on all three of those that I'm not going to redo it. We'll leave that the way it is. Let's take the tension off that blade, and then this should come up, should separate. Feels like it's hung. I'm going to assume, let me try taking this one out. I don't think that should be holding anything. I know it shouldn't be. There it goes. Just needed to be coaxed. It's really tight. There it is. Okay. Pieces and parts flying everywhere. Oh, look at the milling in that liner. And that is a true aluminum scale on top of a steel liner. So that, I mean, that would alleviate any concerns about having I wonder if they've glued that, because I'm not sure why that's resisting coming apart. But having that aluminum scale, it's not an aluminum frame. It's actually steel liners. And they're kind of shadow boxed the way that is. Hope I was just off camera, wasn't I? It's terrible. When I got to focus, sometimes I withdraw from the camera. All right, let's see if we can't get this to separate. It's like it's glued here, down at the bottom. Yeah, maybe it was glued. I think it was the Loctite from the screws. Yeah. All right, what about this side? Well, now the pocket clip does have screws into the liner. There's no oil or anything in here, so to be honest, you know what? I'm gonna leave that be, and I'm gonna wipe everything down and we'll go back together. Sometimes you can press too hard, like there's no reason to get going, and I hope I don't find out that scale should be slightly glued to the liner. It shouldn't be. It's got plenty of screws holding everything together. And based on what I saw on the scale and here, there's some stuff going on there. Now, I don't think for a second that that's glue. I think it was, maybe just a dab of glue around those two spots. I mean, it almost looks like corrosion, but I think it was from the Loctite. It's on the scale too. And you want to talk about lightweight. I mean, there's absolutely no weight to that whatsoever. Let's get our bearings out of here. We'll clean them up, re-lube all this. There's some lube in there, so they definitely were lubed. Not really dirty. Looks like there's a little bit of trash in there. Nothing that would be overly concerning. It didn't have any kind of lock stick, so I'm not going to polish this button or bother with that. I'm going to leave it be. Excuse me. I think they had it tuned pretty good, so I'm not gonna change what they had going. Okay. Let's get that pivot pin back in. I'm kind of going from the opposite side that I normally would work from, but I don't think it's going to be an issue. It just gets hard to manage pins and especially if it's got pins in the back when the pocket clip's holding everything off of the workbench. Oil. But I think we're going to be okay here. A little fresh oil. Looks like it's almost time for me to excuse me, put my add a little oil to my oil bottle. So I buy the little tube, and then I buy the big refills for it so that I don't have to keep paying for this bottle and all that kind of stuff. Because the same exact oil comes in big bottles that's quite a bit less expensive, but I really like the little dispenser bottle. Works pretty good. I don't have any experience with the, what is it, SLP or the KPL, the knife lube stuff. I don't have any experience with it. I know a lot of people use it and they're happy with it. Hold on now. This is another reason why on a button lock I don't like doing it this way, because now I gotta press that button down and manipulate this blade in there, because the blade's got to hold it in place while I assemble, which it is, but get things off kilter a little bit, and boing, and springs are flying, and things are flying, and let's get that pivot screw in, kind of hold everything together. Be the glue that binds us together. There we go. I'm not going to tighten it. I just want that to hold everything. Make sure I'm lined up back here. I think all that's pressed together properly. Let's go ahead and run one of these screws back in. Oh, lean out, man. All right, here we go. You know, I had this happen a while back. My camera was set up where it was looking that way. So I had several inches of clearance down here for the camera, and it just caused me to be way off on the camera a lot. So let me see how far down I can go here. Yeah, look at all that. No wonder. Gained a bunch. I still have some to get. Just what y'all want to see, right? Me adjusting cameras during a video. Okay. Well, we're going to run with that because I'm pretty sure y'all tired of looking at it. All right, here we go. Let's wrap up. Yeah, so much more in frame now. It's like, bro, figure that stuff out before you film. How about that? I get it. I mean, if I'm going to run a professional operation here. Okay. Let's check in on our pivot once. That had a lot to go. Right there, we're just touching down. See if we got any slop. Nope. Nope, that's really good. All right, let's get rid of the tools. I think I'm just going to put just a tiny little bit more on that screw. So, quick wipe down. I mean, all in all, there wasn't much going on inside there. Didn't really look dirty or anything, so I'm not sure that I've improved anything. But I never apologize for stripping them and seeing what's going on in there. The action on this thing, speaking of the action, there's no button stick. There's no detent lash. There's no rock in the blade under tension or not under tension. It's completely locked up in there. The Spidey flick is solid, good detent. The thumb flick is good detent. I mean, that action is money. So let's talk about the ergonomics, the grip on this back here. So the jimping on this blade is really aggressive. I like it. I mean, it's the type that bites dead into your thumb and locks you in place. Now, if I don't take the pressure off of that, if something was to cause this knife to move in this grip, it's going to rip my thumb. So based on the amount of swoop here, how this is riding back here, and then this jimping that locks in my forward thumb, I'm going to say this is a very confident grip. If I had to use this as a self-defense knife, this knife would be wonderful. It's got a really confident grip here. It does have the finger choil, so you can choke up and, you know, that stuff. And it's comfortable. You can definitely get up in there. It's nice and rounded here. And, you know, that thing. So the grip's good. Let's check that pocket clip. Now, it's the same pocket clip that I know is on those Echoes, so I am familiar with this. and it's money. Deep carry, completely disappears in the pocket. You've got a pocket clip. You don't have a pocket knife. Now, I mean, what's left to the imagination? I don't know. But that, man, that thing submerses into your pocket. And it's going to run on normal size jean material really well also. The FRAG pattern, it just adds grip. It's not causing any complications. It's not going to shred your pocket in any way. Yeah, nice. Check safety real quick. Just to make sure what this safety check is about is to make sure that this thing's safe to put in your pocket. You don't have any possible dangers to yourself for it being there. And there's no blade contact there, and there's no way of contacting that tip. So you could reach in your pocket around this knife, and you're not going to contact a sharp edge anywhere, which is the design of a folding knife. The idea is to fold the blade into a protective handle so that you're safe to have this in your pocket. Yeah, so all good. What about sharpness? Yeah, I mean, there's a pile of paper there. It speaks for itself. Super sharp. I would feel confident of wrapping this one up and not stropping it or doing anything to that blade. It's very thin at the edge. It's fairly thin blade stock, but very thin on that edge right there. And man, it's a slicey beast, no doubt. So price and availability. Good news, bad news. There is so many of these available, as you're all probably aware. Amazon, White Mountain Knives, Blade HQ. I mean, you pick it. You can find these anywhere. Unfortunately, this aluminum handled frag pattern, I'm not able to find it anywhere. I couldn't see it anywhere. I was able to pick this up for, what did I pay? Like sub $50 before it disappeared with some discount codes and it being on sale. And so, unfortunately, probably because of that, it's not available. Like a lot of people, maybe this was their first pyrite, like me. So it's the CJRB PYRITE. I don't know if I talked about the steel, but the handle, that aluminum handle special, but the steel is that AR, there it is, AR-RPM9. So there it is. All right, y'all. Well, I appreciate you watching. Thanks.